Today, I want to talk about how one key disclosure reveals that shorts are in big trouble for using BitPanda to create AMC tokenized securities. I discussed this the other day and said there was one key specification missing from these BitPanda tokens, and that's exactly what's been revealed. So stay tuned and let's make some money. And now I'll dive straight in with the key information. So, first, let's refresh our mind on exactly what's going on with BitPanda. Over the last couple of months, they've sold 3 separate duplicates of AMC tokenized securities, potentially selling a float multiple times over. In this documentation, it says this product is an over-the-counter derivative that enables direct and one-to-one participation in AMC entertainment. But as I specified in that previous video, in this legal documentation, there's no mention as to any broker that actually holds real AMC shares on a one-for-one basis. That's the important part, and that's what separates these tokenized securities from just mirrored AMC tokens. On one hand, these brokers should be holding real AMC shares on a one-for-one basis, and on the other hand, it's just some random crypto tokens created by a nobody with no relevance to AMC. One of these tokens can be used on a like-for-like basis and of like and kind for closing out of those FTDs, and the other can't. But that's where Jack Sapers revealed that these tokenized securities were held on a one-for-one basis with BitPanda. So BitPanda actually created another load of tokenized securities earlier before April 2023. Maybe it was in April, or maybe it was in 2022 or 2021 when FTX created theirs. But he asked support, saying, I'm not referencing the corporate action for AMC. That I understand. But he said it sounds like Lang & Schwartz buys one real share of AMC for every one tokenized share of AMC issued by BitPanda. Is that correct? And then separately asks where he can find how many AMC tokens have been issued by BitPanda and therefore how many shares they should be holding. And BitPanda support has replied saying that is exactly what's happening. We purchased the underlying AMC shares via LNS, which is Lang & Schwartz. And saying this stock is then stored with our depot bank, and our users in return get a token derivative of AMC on our platform. But also said as this is not public information, you cannot find the information on how many tokens have been issued and have been created. But it means that BitPanda right now is supposedly or likely holding multiple times the AMC float in shares via LNS. And as Boss Blunt has specified, he said this attached screenshot proves that AMC futures can be used illegally as fake share locates for short hedge funds by BitPanda's tokens. So he said if BitPanda is holding the share in their depot bank, they can issue an AMC tokenized security. And interestingly, he even said they can then sell that share without taking the futures token away from the token holder. And they can effectively continue rinsing and repeating, creating an endless number of share locates from BitPanda's depot bank. And saying they aren't telling anyone how many tokens have been issued, so they can lie without retail knowing their supposed holdings. Saying there may be 1 billion tokens, and that's 1 billion potential share locates. This email alone proves that either A, the float of AMC has been sold multiple times over and that LNS are holding hundreds of millions if not billions of AMC shares, or that these hedge funds and market makers have been using illegal share locates. Now, as I also stated in my video yesterday, so far the SEC and the Department of Justice have been useless over the last 3 years at doing anything about it. Whether that will continue now this email is in existence or not, I don't know, we can only assume. I also wanted to quickly recap today's options play from the Millionaire Mindset Trading Group, which was trading S&P 500 put options from the market open. You can see at 2:39 UK time or 9:39 market time, I called out for everyone to enter the 4:49 puts for today's expiration at 63 cents per options contract. You can see at the bottom of the screen that ran to 74 cents per contract for a gain of 22%. A fairly small profit today, but nobody's ever gone broke, taking 20% profits every single day. So be sure to join the Millionaire Mindset Trading Group using the link in the description below. There's a 100% guaranteed refund if the educational videos and trade ideas don't help you to make a single profit in 30 days. The French AMC ape has also pointed out something really interesting. We know the data of FTDs for the first half of October is missing, but where exactly does that line up on the AMC chart? Well, when AMC was running from below $8 per share to over $11, that's exactly the FTD data that's currently at miss. And when AMC runs, that's usually where more FTDs are created than ever before. There's potentially hundreds of millions of AMC FTDs that are being hidden, considering this data has not been released. Now, I've said multiple times on the channel, I do think the majority of Adam Aron's ideas are brilliant, but I've also explained my displeasure a number of times about this recent share issue, especially now that AMC is cash generative. I think a better idea would have been to do what Ryan Cohen did back in early 2021. Saying never forget how GameStop bought back 38 million shares before the January 2021 run-up for $198 million. Only to then sell 8.5 million shares after the run-up to raise $1.6 billion. They used 200 million to effectively cause a mini squeeze or a mini run-up, generating them 1.6 billion. And they bought back 38 million shares to only issue a minuscule 8.5 million, generating them 8 times the money. I would have much rather see Adam Aron use some of the existing cash to buy back AMC shares now to cause a run-up, to then resell them later after that run-up and after that squeeze. Especially because at that time many hedge funds were in big trouble and were absolutely petrified. A hedge fund executive recalls the GameStop run-up, saying it was like, wow, you could never short a stock ever again. This hedge fund executive almost had to take down his entire hedge fund or close out of all of his short positions in all of his stocks. But he also had something really interesting to say about Citadel. He said he remembered hearing a rumour about Citadel that week, saying they were closing tons and tons of their short positions. But that hedge fund executive said he did not believe it. And he was even asked about how he knew that Citadel wasn't closing out of its short positions, saying there's an element, and you read about this and entrepreneurs of all type, but there's an element of just being disagreeable and backing your own intellectual intuition. Saying in particular shorting securities was a core mandate of what Citadel did, and it would be a huge departure from effectively a stated operating principle, and because the market impact of that would have been enormous. So this hedge fund executive has just confirmed that Citadel did not close any of their short positions back in January of 2021. And finally, I also wanted to quickly touch on this tweet from Vlad Tenev, literally mocking the entire community of retail investors, which Robinhood supposedly serves. Robinhood released some new 5% APR interest rate on the cash held in their platform, which by the way is lower than Moomoo's rate, but he even attached the tagline saying can't stop, won't stop. Obviously, can't stop, won't stop is GameStop's motto, literally mocking retail investors. So guys, be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. And as always guys, be sure to ding that notification bell, because that way you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Cheers.